Blitz on 2 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Dan Fanning. Welcome into the Blitz on 2. SCISA began their playoffs tonight. We'll get to that in a moment. As the Region 7 5A title on the line in Berkeley County, Goose Creek needed to defeat rival Stratford to take the region title and the Golden Goose Trophy. Goose Creek Mayor Greg Habib with the coin toss, and away we go. First quarter, Jake and Davis. Little quick strike to Jacob Crosby. Davis and Crosby, a cool combination like Singh, Heating, and Heil. That sets up Kerwin Squire. He rumbles in for the opening salvo. Stratford strikes first. They lead 7-0. Gators would answer. Kamani Clary deep to Taru Davis. As Larry Munson once said, my God, a freshman. Davis outraces the Knights defense, and for the score, that knocks things at 7 apiece. Second quarter we go. Stratford takes the lead back. Davis, a little swing pass to Terrell Ross. T. Ross, the boss, makes it 14-7 home team. Game stays tied at 14-7 until the third quarter. First, Clary shows off the dual threat with a long scamper down the sideline. Watch out, Tony. Then he hands off to his running mate, Malik McGowan. He marches in from inside the 5. That ties things at 14. But Stratford goes on to prevail in the end. Knights 21, Goose Creek 14. So, with that Goose Creek loss, Cane Bay could win the region title with a victory over Berkeley. Cobra's first drive, Colby LaRocca sneaks through the line of scrimmage, and he's off to the races. Finally, brought down after a big gain, 40-yard scamper inside the 10. A few plays later, Chris, do you like this? Do you smell what the LaRocca is cooking? Colby in there somewhere for the score, 7-0 Cane Bay. Ensuing kickoff, Cam McHugh fields it around the 5, up the middle, untouched. Whoop, makes the kicker miss. Takes it all the way back inside the Cane Bay 35. That leads to this. Henry Rivers calls his own number. He dials up 6, and we are tied at 7-7. Next, Cobra drive. Watch this. Colby back to pass. It's Koran Hoop. There it is. 0 has reservations for 6. Look at Cane Bay tossing the rock. Cobras back in front, 14-7. Second quarter, they add to the lead. Tyler Myers muscles his way in on the goal line to make it 21-7. How about this? Cane Bay lost 7 games to start the season. They win their last 3. They win the region title, 28-23 over Berkeley this evening. As for SCISA, the Cyclones of Portugal have lofty goals this postseason as they finish the regular season 9-1. Their only blemish came against the 6-time defending state champs, Hammond. Porter opening the playoffs against Heathwood Hall this evening. Cyclones first drive, Nolan Schumann, a little pitch to J.J. Flood. Flood rumbles inside the Highlander 10. First and goal, PG. From there, J.J. finishes what he started, muscles his way in from the 3. Porter, they strike first, lead 7-0. Second drive, Schumann keeps it on the read option, eats up a chunk of yards up the middle, move the chains. Nolan playing inspired football after being interviewed in the 5 o'clock hour. We move now to the second. Flood takes the pitch, and it's like Robert O'Brien had a magnet on him tonight as he comes right into your living room. That doubles the PG lead to 14-0. Third drive, Schumann swings it out to Amir Chisholm. Amir hard to bring down as he stays upright to get Porter down in close to the red zone. Then once, twice, how about thrice? J.J. Flood finds pay dirt for the 3rd time in the first half as the Cyclones lead 21-7 at the break. Porter, they're moving on to the second round with a big win, 44-13 over Heathwood Hall. As for Northwood, Chargers up 21-7 when Lisa Smalls arrives this evening. Austin Grady deep to Agent 0, Aiden Hogan on the reception. A decent amount of yards after catch, first down. Chargers. Then Caven Ford rumbles into the end zone. Caven Ford has had a big year for Northwood Academy. That extends the Northwood lead to 28-7. Then later in the ball game, Ford, one more time, he gets loose down the sideline. Caven Ford looks like he might go out the way. Push out of bounds inside the 15. Then Moore If some Ford is good, more is better. Caven Ford, have yourself a night, young man. Northwood Academy goes on to win by 29, 49-20. Northwood, Pinewood next week. Porter-Gown. There we go, Northwood next week. As for Pinewood, here we go. 3A, Pinewood hosting Trinity Collegiate tonight in Somerville. Less than a minute in, Panthers strike first. Asa Wyndham on the seam buster to Jaden Bellish, for whom the Bellish tolls make it 7-zip Pinewood. Later in the first, Panthers knocking on the door. J.J. Singleton kicks it down around the left side in. That doubles the home team advantage. Pinewood not done in the quarter. Wyndham play action finds Jaden Alexander. That pushes the lead to 21-0 Pinewood Prep. Second quarter we go, now 21-7, make that 28-7. Singleton finds pay dirt for the second time in the contest as the Fighting Sophia Raidaballs of Pinewood Prep go on to win big over Trinity, 49-13. Some final scores to bring you this evening as First Baptist, their season comes to an end up at Northside Christian. Canes fall 53-28. Meanwhile, St. John's Christian, they fall on the road at Greenwood Christian 28-14. Elsewhere in 1A, Dorchester Academy, a big win over Colleton Prep, 45-7. Also, Williamsburg Academy, the Fighting Will Mahoney's win 55-6 over Patrick Henry. As for some college basketball, we'll take a look at CFC, USC, and Clemson on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Blitz on 2. Welcome back into The Blitz. Time to talk a little college hoops as the College opened their home slate this evening, taking on USF. The CAA preseason player of the year, Ante Berzovic, brought his A game early on. CJ Fulton Steele lays it off to the trailing Berzovic for the hoop and the harm. Ante hitting him with the flex. More from CJ and Tay later. A little give and go. Ante finishes at the rim with the finger roll. Back and forth affair in the first half. Cougs swing it around to Justice Stonkus. The freshman takes it to the rack as CFC trails by a point. Another big night for the big man, Ante, 27 on Monday. He goes for a game-high 34 this evening. My word, CFC goes on to win by 15, 86-71. Clemson hosting St. Francis tonight inside Little John. Early on, Ian Shefflin finds Victor Lockett all alone under the rim, watches Lockett up high, down hard. Then the chef goes to work. Down on the block, up through traffic, and it's in. Clemson doubles the lead, 24-12. More from Ian, like he's playing a little personal game of 21 right here. Taps his own rebound in. Shefflin goes for 16 points, 10 boards. End of the first half. Tigers already in cruise control. Jaden Zachary to the rack for 2 of his 16 as well. Clemson gets the Friday night dub thanks to Alexander Cox, 88-62. USC hosting SC State in Columbia. CMB playing bully ball early. Board and the bucket. Then Morris Ugasuk, 3-ball corner pocket. Gamecocks up 6 early in the contest. A little later, Jacoby Wright says, give me all 3 of these. His triple pushed the lead out to 11. Jacoby just getting started. Then North Charleston native Cam Scott, before he went to Lexington, here off the steal. The lob to Jamari Thomas. Get up, young fella. Thomas with the oop. Second half we go. More from Wright here from behind the arc. Jacoby goes for a game-high 20 as Carolina prevails to get into the win column. 86-64, your final. How about this incredible backdrop tonight for the inaugural throwdown on the Yorktown College Wrestling event on the flight deck of the USS Yorktown. The night concluding with the Campbellsville and Presbyterian women taking to the mat. Now the Citadel, Army, UVA, Gardner-Webb, Lander, and the Newberry men also competed in tonight's one-of-a-kind event. Stingrays hosting Greenville tonight at the Coliseum. Meteorologist Jed Kristoff behind the lens. Appreciate it, Jed. First period scoreless. Josh Wilkins finds Jaden Lee. Jaden Lee finds the back of the net. Rays lead 1-0. Second period, Alexander Zudalev along the boards out front to Grant Cruikshank. Grant doubles the good guy's advantage. Then Suzdalev gets another point off another assist. This one to Tyler Weiss to make it 3-0 Stingrays. Good guys prevail 5-2 your final. And that is a look at some college basketball and hockey and wrestling. We'll be back to close out tonight's show right after this.